YouTube. It's just like any other social media platform. You're going to run into people that don't agree with everything that you say, and that's okay. Everyone should have a different opinion on things. If we all thought the same, life would be pretty boring. But when it comes to social media, and especially something like YouTube, where if you're making videos and you want it to get out to the world, you gotta expect criticism. Some people just criticize in different ways. Some people will do like constructive criticism, and then other people will do it in a very assholish way. And that's kind of what I'm going to talk about today. Some people say that you need thick skin to do something like YouTube because you are going to eventually get criticized. Now, I've been doing this for only a little over a year now, just barely over a year. And to be honest, I've had some negative comments, but not really too many. I mean, the funniest one that I have received, and I didn't delete it. I don't delete anyone's comments because I feel that you're free to say whatever you want. If you don't like what I have to say, then by all means, say whatever you want. I'm not going to delete your comment. You have every right to say whatever you want to say. But the funniest one that I did get, and I don't think YouTube found it funny, was there was a guy that said, "Man, you really suck. You should just quit and go kill yourself." So, in response to that, I just put a bunch of laughing emojis and I said, "Thanks for the advice and thanks for your support." Well, that was it. I was going to show my wife this because I thought it was funny. But when I went to go show her, that comment was deleted. So obviously, YouTube does not like, I guess, I don't know if you'd really call it a death threat, but death was involved in it. I thought it was funny, but, I can blow stuff like that off. Being criticized has never been an issue for me because if you don't know my background, I played hockey for a long time and there's so much shit talk on the ice. So, I got in some fights and stuff like that. But then the cool thing about hockey is after you fight the person and stuff, you go to the penalty box and everything. But after the game, most of the time, like 90% of the time, you'll go out and have a beer with that guy. Bury the hatchet. Bunch of shit talk on the ice. It's a little bit different on social media. And also, I was in a punk rock band for a long time. And if you've never been in the punk scene, yeah, that'll give you some thick skin right there. I've had everything in the book said at me. I've had shit thrown at me. Everything. So what's said on a social media site isn't gonna really affect me at all. I mean, most of the time, probably 99.9% of the time, I'm just going to laugh it off. It's really not a big deal. Some criticisms make sense and others don't. Like, I understand, this is an example, like DK Oldies, a little while back, they were getting criticized a lot because DK Oldies claims that they refurbish their products before they send them out and they clean them up and stuff like that. Well, long story short, a lot of content creators started ordering stuff from DK Oldies and they were showing videos and they would rip the stuff apart and they'd open up like consoles and games and they were just filthy. So I understand that. That's fine. You should alert everybody that orders from a company like that claims they're doing something then they're not. This needs to be said or shown to people. So they're showing this proof and everything. The thing I didn't like, and I thought it was kind of an arrogant thing, was these content creators, and I thank them for doing this. I've personally never ordered from DK Oldies because I just looked at their prices and I was like, fuck that. These things are way, way overpriced. There is no game, especially like Nintendo games. I don't give a shit unless it's completely rare. You shouldn't be paying over $20-$30 for a Nintendo game. They're outdated chips in plastic. I don't care what price chart is saying that they're worth. They're not worth that, man. they're plastic with outdated chips, and most of them are not rare. I've seen Mike Tyson's Punch Out going for like $700, $800 if it has the 5 screws on the back. That's just insane. It's not worth that. I love that game, but it's not worth that. It's a $25 game. That's it. Anyway, I thought it was really arrogant of these content creators because they knew that they were getting shit. But yet, I shouldn't say arrogant. I thought it was kind of stupid. They continued ordering from DK Oldies pretty much for views. They just kept getting the stuff. Why on earth would you continue ordering from a company if they are sending you shit? I mean, your video, thousands of content creators made these videos. The word got out already. So why continue buying from them? I mean, that's not doing anything. That's putting money in their pockets. That's all it's doing. So really the joke is on the content creator doing this shit. And, they weren't getting their money back because they have a seal saying, hey, if you break that seal, we don't refund you. That was the DK Oldies policy. So I thought it was really stupid that people just continued to order from them. I mean, if you don't mind getting shit, then order from them, whatever. But the same thing goes with, PlayStation, Microsoft, or I shouldn't say PlayStation, Sony, Microsoft, evercade. Man, if you don't like any of them products, why do you order this stuff and then make a video saying how shitty it is? It just makes no sense whatsoever. I've been very vocal about Xbox. I'm not a big Xbox fan. I don't have a problem with the console itself. It's actually a really good console, and they have tons of good games and everything. I don't like the controllers. So it would be pretty stupid and foolish of me to order Xbox controllers and then just make videos just ragging on it. Saying, man, these things are shit. Well, why'd you order it? Why'd you do that? That's just dumb. I mean, why would anyone do this? And I see so many people doing it with PlayStation, with evercade. People will sit there and, like when it comes to evercade, hey man, I know that the carts are made cheaply. I know the carts are made cheaply. I know that they're just fucking ROM dumps and stuff like that. But I don't give a shit because they play fine. And they're cheap anyway. They don't sell for $50, $60 a cartridge. They're $20 when they come out. That's it. If you want to pay more, like on Amazon for them, if the price goes up, that's up to you. But if you only want to pay $20, order it when it comes out. I mean, there's no sense of if you hate a company to continue ordering from them. That's just dumb. And let's take like my arcade for example. This is a very cheap handheld. I think I got this thing for $20 right before Christmas. It's cheaply made, but you know what? I don't give a shit because there actually are some like no name decent games on it. I did not have a problem with it. I'm not one of those people that will just criticize a handheld, a game, or a console just because. But it doesn't have the G12 Pentium 64 McJagger butt flap douche canoe 424 gigawatt 59 frames per second. It doesn't have it. Yeah, I just don't care. I don't care. The point is most gamers like myself, they don't care how or what is inside of the console or what's inside of the game or how the game is made or anything like that. The point is if it's fun. That's what it all comes down to. Is it fun to play? I don't give a shit how many frames per second is on a game. I don't care how the game is made, if it's a ROM dump, whatever. I like Evercade because it has physical media. Who gives a shit, man? If you don't like it, then don't get it. If you don't like PlayStation, don't buy it. Who fucking cares, man? It's all a preference thing, and I think it's just really childish to call people out. It's all right. I get it. You have the right to call anyone out that you want, and I totally support that. But I think it is childish to call like certain people out just because you disagree with their opinion on things. Like when I do reviews on games, consoles, handhelds, whatever, it's my opinion. It's just my opinion. That's it. You don't have to agree. It's my opinion on the thing that I am reviewing. So, not everyone's going to agree with it. And all I am is putting the information out there. Hey, this is how I felt about this. So you might feel differently. So you can't pin that on a content creator that's just, was trying something out and they're giving their opinion on the product. Maybe they liked it and you won't. I mean, that's just the way life is, man. I could totally back anyone that's calling out a company. If that company is ripping you off and claiming that they're doing something that they're not, kind of like DK Oldies, like I used as an example, I have no problem with, excuse me, calling certain people out, like resellers, these douchebag resellers that just jack up prices, like crazy jacked up prices. They're really hurting the whole pricing of games. I understand, like, economics would tell you that, the more options that you have, the lower the cost is going to be, but it's not when it comes to video games. These douchebag resellers are just jacking these prices up because price chart, and this price chart shit is just off the wall, all bullshit, because a game or a console or something retro, like old Nintendos and shit like that, and Ataris, like I said earlier, they are outdated, like chips and motherboards in plastic. That's it. There's nothing special about them. There's nothing worth $500 on an original Nintendo. I mean, millions of these things were sold around the world. That's just the way it is. I mean, some people won't look at it that way, but hey, man, that's just fucking reality. So agree, disagree, let me know in the comments section. I appreciate you guys all watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And until the next video, game on, everybody.